And I'm live. And I'm live. Ladies and gentlemen, getting used to the new setup here. Getting used to the new setup, ladies and gentlemen. Let me open my own stream so that I can watch myself. And that I can make sure everything is going according to plan. Thank you very much for being here. Come on. Heavy Storm. Aziz. Let's go. I want to thank everybody for being here on the second inaugural episode of the #1 MMA podcast on YouTube, Below the Beanie. I let you know yesterday there was some other stuff floating around. There were some other fools out there with this production, and apparently they were trying to come up on our thing. It was like below the fanny pack or the waistband or something like that. Below the bow. There was another show, and apparently ours started up and coming. We got the #1 spot on YouTube, and they dipped. I don't know if you guys knew this. It was called, what? The Bow? Below the Bow. There was a show called Below the Bow. I guess it had a little run or whatever. It's no more. It's finished. I guess if you want to look it up, Below the Bow. It was a thing and now it's gone. Below the Beanie, up and coming, #1 MMA podcast on YouTube. They dipped. They changed their name and everything. They left town. There wasn't enough room for the both of us or whatever. So I just want to let you know, congratulations for making it happen. Congratulations for making it happen. Pat yourself on the back. Pat yourself on the back. I thought that was crazy. I learned about them in the same day that I heard that they were no more. So it was an interesting turnaround. But I want to thank everybody for being here right now. And I want to get to my topics. I received some very interesting comments yesterday. And some people were complimenting the show. They were complimenting the podcast, and they were saying, Grandmaster, you weren't really reading the comments in the first video, in the inaugural episode. You weren't really spending a lot of time in the chat. And I liked it. Don't do that anymore. Don't read the chat. And I was like, oh, snap. And I understand it. See, I have a lot of fun when I get into the chat and I'm going back and forth with you guys. That's what's fun for me. But I understand for the viewer, it's better, for the flow's sake and whatnot, if I just stick to the topics at hand and I just keep moving forward with my train of thought and stuff like that. So, as time goes on, I might find a better in-between or a better balance, I'm not sure. But for right now, especially because on this new program that I'm using, I can't even chat with you guys because I've been realizing that whenever I'm not using Streamlabs anymore. I'm using the old school, the OG OBS. And when I use this, apparently you guys are like 30 minutes behind me. So whatever I'm saying right now, I'm from the future. I'm like from the viewer that we got from Australia all the time. I'm like from the future right now. So I couldn't even go back and forth with you right now if I wanted to. But I'm gonna get to my topics because I'm gonna have to dip. Anyway, this started way later than I wanted it to because I was having some technical difficulties, and it's going to be a little bit shorter than I would like it to be. But today I wanted to talk about the fact that apparently Israel Adesanya, he said this one's not for Africa. Usman came in like this one's for, Adesanya said, Chale, this one's not for Africa. Not this one. A couple ago, and maybe somewhere down the line, but this one's not for Africa. That's what Adesanya said. And I quote, I read it on the MMA Flunky. That Israel Adesanya said this one's not for Africa. And it's a very interesting situation that we're dealing with right now. There was a lot of shenanigans going on. They got they call it the 3 African champs. And I did my research. I want you to know that I did my research. Because earlier, when I'm like the Mexican John Anik. You think I just come in here off the dome? Off the beanie? I got my notes right here. I got my Google document. And I was like, I had my glasses on and everything. I was like, where's that fool? I was typing. I was on the thing and I was like, all right, hold on. We got the 3 Nigerian champs. And I was like, wait a minute. 3 Nigerian, is that right? Is that right? And I went and I looked it up. There's not 3 Nigerian champs. There's 3 African champs. But there's not 3 Nigerian champs. I didn't know that beforehand. I got to admit to you. I got to come correct to you. When I'm giving you these facts, you come here for one thing and one thing only. Well, you come here for 2 things. The truth, the MMA truth, and the Ridge Wallet ads. That's the 2 things that you come here for. And I wanted to make sure that I had my facts straight. I thought we had 3 Nigerian champions, but that's not true. Israel Adesanya is Nigerian. Kamaru Usman is Nigerian. And And Francis Ngannou is Cameroonian. I thought that fool was Nigerian too. Now they're all African. I know I'm offending somebody right now. I don't even know. Someone's offended right now. But I'm coming at you with facts. I know I'm coming at you with facts. Like, I was on Wikipedia for like 20 minutes. So we got 2 Nigerian champs and a Cameroonian champ. Let's just cut to the chase. They're all African, right? They call it the African kings, right? You got the Latino kings. You got the African kings. You got the... I don't know. I didn't think that one through. But look it's been a little bit of drama lately because we had Usman's coach or his manager, whatever, Ali Abdelaziz. We had his manager talking papas. And he's coming out publicly saying stuff against Israel Adesanya. They're not homies. And I know I touched on it yesterday. But the thing's developing. The story is growing. And Usman's manager, he came out. And he was talking papa saying they're not even friends. If you put the right dollar amount, they'll fight. They'll fight in the parking lot. They'll fight anywhere. They'll fight in the backyard with Masvidal. They don't care. They just want to get paid. You could destroy any type of friendship with the right amount of money, says Ali. And Usman wasn't telling him to be quiet. Then Usman starts running his mouth saying that he wants to change weight classes. Is he trying to run away from Khamzat? That's not the point right now. That's not what we're talking about. The fact is, his manager's talking papas, speaking out against Adesanya. Usman's not telling him to be quiet. In addition to that, he's saying, you know what? I do want to fight in another weight class, though. That does interest me. I am thinking about that. Okay, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So I said, Adesanya's going to have to look like a punk and not say anything, or he's going to have to clap back. There's only 2 options. There's no other way that he could go in this situation. Adesanya at the same time starts saying, you know what? I think I'm interested in a side mission. I think I might change weights. I think I might do something like that. So he starts trying to clap back in like a more cryptic, more mysterious kind of way, not exactly calling him out. But then he did end up saying Ali needs to mind his own business. He did end up saying that fool's greedy and that he cares about the money. He doesn't care about the African kings. He doesn't care about the Nigerians. He doesn't care about the Cameroonians. He doesn't care about anybody on that side of the globe. He just cares about that money. Well, it's very interesting because now Adesanya is taking all that money with this new contract that Ngannou was trying to get. Now, see, I thought it was an African thing. I thought it was the... We 3 kings of Africa are making money. See, I didn't think that one through either. I'm trying to look for a rhyme. Making money. I don't know. But you had the 3 African kings right now. Adesanya is like Chale. Adesanya doesn't get down with the Cameroonians, apparently. Now, Ngannou has been trying to get that money for how many years now? How many millions did he miss out on? And Adesanya's like, I'll take it. I'll scoop that up. That fool's playing on his own team. Usman's over here. Like, now, see, everybody's playing dirty. Because you got Usman on one side and he's like, well, we're not going to fight each other. It's all about Africa. This one for Africa. I'd rather have each fool have a bout than one fool have all of them. It's not going to be like that. Adesanya's like, I'm going to take all the money, though. But Usman's going dirty behind people's backs too, telling his manager to speak up. Everyone's doing each other dirty, except Ngannou. Ngannou's the only one that haven't suspected any foul play from here. Ngannou been real quiet. But I don't know how long that's going to last either, because Adesanya was quiet for a while when Ali started speaking up. But now he's speaking up. Adesanya just signed a brand new deal today. Brand new deal today. Now, there's a lot of people that are kind of iffy about how he's going to do against Whitaker. His head's in a funky place right now. I don't know if you've seen him in Unbedded with the French tips. Everyone has their own opinion about that. Now, I know a lot of BJJ fools, because they're trying to hide their full focus and whatnot. It's like a thing. And I know a lot of you watching right now. I know, all 41 of you watching right now. There's some of you out there that are painting your toenails. Okay? Because you roll on Wednesday nights. And you don't want the homies to see you with the foot fungus because they're going to tell you you can't come back till this is taken care of. You got to soak your toes. You got to apply the stuff. Takes 2 to 3 weeks. You got training to do. You don't want to fall behind. I understand that. But I doubt anybody watching right now got the French tips. Adesanya came through rolling with the purple toenails, the French tips, the pearl necklace. Need I say more? That's not about that though. I'm just giving you a little side mission right now. I'm just trying to give you the full context so you can see what we're dealing with. Adesanya's head's in a different place right now. He's thinking about fashion. He's thinking about his appearance. He's thinking about the way he feels, you know? He's coming up against a monster that wants revenge. A lot of people, now I know that maybe the statisticians and the bookkeepers and stuff like that are saying one thing, but there's a good chunk of the population right now that 100% believes that title's going back home with Whitaker. It's kind of an interesting time for him to sign this new deal. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Because a good amount of people don't even think he's going to win this fight. And this is when Dana's giving him all this money? They were holding out, waiting until after the Ngannou fight to see what they could deal with. Dana White was hoping that fool would lose so that he could laugh in his face. But they give it to Adesanya before. Even before the fight that a lot of people think he's not even going to win. What is this play? Adesanya just signed the new deal today, this morning. The news just broke. And his manager says we are very happy with the terms of Israel's new promotional agreement with the UFC. It's one of the most lucrative multi-fight deals in company history. That fool just lost to Blachowicz. Superstar trying to move up, trying to fight Raider Stadium, trying to do bigger, better things. Side mission over to Blachowicz, got punked out. Then he barely squeezed by with the unanimous decision over Vettori because he was hugging that fool all night. And all of a sudden, one of the most lucrative multi-fight deals in company history. And I quote, one of the top paid athletes in the history of mixed martial arts. This all coming right after they don't want to pay Ngannou. Right after. The fool that hits like a Ford Escort or whatever. The fool that's beating all the legends. The fool that's beating all the heavyweight champions that were supposedly the best, greatest heavyweight champions of all time. Nogano's the fool that beat them. That's who Ngannou is. And he can't get paid. Adesanya loses to Blachowicz. Adesanya runs from Mero. Adesanya hugs Vettori. And he's getting the most lucrative deal in the history of MMA ever. Basically, probably right after Conor McGregor. Ngannou can't get nothing. So we're in a funky place right now with the three Africans. Usman's manager starts speaking up, trying to incite some violence between Adesanya and Usman. Adesanya's quiet for a little bit. Then he speaks up. He says, you know what? I think I am curious in a side mission. I might move over a weight class. Then he starts talking papa's back about Usman's coach, saying he's greedy. He's a punk. He has a big mouth. He's trying to stir stuff up. I don't know how Usman's going to take that. That's his guy. He's been rocking with them for how long? He lets him handle his negotiations, his dealings, his money. He must be on his side. He must have a lot of faith in him. He's closer with Ali than he is with Adesanya. Adesanya's not handling Usman's business or his money or his Twitter account. Very interesting. Nganou's trying to get that money. Dana doesn't give it to him. Adesanya says, I'll take the money. Who's behind this? Someone's trying to break up the Africans. Is Joe Rogan behind this? You gotta think about that. It's very interesting timing right now. Meanwhile, where's Joe Rogan? Where's Joe Rogan? It's mayhem right now. You got the African trifecta right there dominating the ranks of the UFC. All of a sudden, they're being broken apart. Everything's in disarray. Where's Joe Rogan? Very interesting. We see him left and right apologizing, coming out. Okay, this is what I meant. Hey, wait, this is actually what happened there. And then that's what. But then the African Kings break up. Joe Rogan's been real quiet. Real quiet. I don't know how he's going to come back from this one. I came on here yesterday trying to tell, look, people, you can't come at him like this. You got to let the free speech reign. If fools are going to say something dumb, let it happen. Then you know who you're dealing with. But you can't just start shutting fools down left. I got another one. You already know how I get down. I got another one. I'm telling you, I told you yesterday, Mexican Martial Arts on YouTube, you got to subscribe. Mexican Martial Arts, you got to click the bell and turn on all the notifications. I'm not playing with Scam Likely. I'm trying to get them laced up. Fools probably don't even know what's going on with the African Kings right now. I came on here yesterday. I don't think I would necessarily say that I was defending Joe Rogan, but what I was defending was free speech. I'm going to tell you something right now. If there's some fool in the corner spewing hatred and misinformation and a lot of other ridiculous things, I want to be able to hear it. Now, if I don't want to hear it, I'm going to go inside and I'm going to close the window and I'm going to turn up my cafe jazz so I don't have to listen to it. All right? That's how I'm going to handle things. But I'm not going to make people, desert them off to Patmos. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to get down like that. This ain't that kind of society, you know? We're getting there. But at the moment, we're not fully that kind of society. You know, if somebody is saying the most ridiculous things, I want to be able to hear it. Every once in a while, when I just need a moment, I'm going to listen and I'm going to laugh. And maybe I'll agree with some of it. But I don't agree with it being shut down. You know why? Because at some point, I'm going to be saying something. And you're going to be saying something. And all your loved ones are going to be saying something that for one reason or another, other people are going to think is ridiculous, that is misinformation, that is hateful, that is stupid, that is wrong. And then should they be able to shut you down too? You got to think about it like that. You got to think about how the pendulum swings. People don't think things through. Right now, you could look at someone and say, that's hatred, that's information, that's ignorance, that's stupidity. Everybody at some point in your life, they could say the same stuff about stuff that you said. Do you want to lose your job? Do you want to get shut down? Do you want to get sent away? Do you want them to cut your Wi-Fi? Then start tripping. It's not a one-way street. It's a thin line between Joe and you. You can't play this game. You can't play this game because sooner or later it's going to be your turn. It's not a spectator sport. It's your turn, homie. It's going to be coming up at some point. You're going to have to roll the dice. Ironically, though, I'm wondering where Joe Rogan is right now while all this stuff is happening with the African Kings. I don't understand it. They are no longer united. Usman wants to fight Adesanya. He wants to step up. He wants to be the GOAT. And he's getting his manager to incite violence. Adesanya's real quiet, thinking about his move. Then he says, you know what? I am interested in moving weight classes. I do want to re-sign and have more time to shift my weight over and go into more weight classes and handle my business. Ngannou wants money. Adesanya says, I'm going to take that money. Well, Adesanya, how far are you willing to change weight classes? Because you might have to face Ngannou. It's dirty. And I don't know what Dana White's intentions are right now. Because Kamaru Usman is having surgery on his hand. They open up that full stuff like a little frog or something like that. Like when you're in like 7th grade, you got to open up the frog. Did you see it on Instagram? I don't even know how I can't believe that didn't get taken down. They show Usman's hand, his stuff all open up right here. All open up. And Dana White's posting that. They're his pound for pound champion. I forgot what he called him like the greatest MMA fighter or something like that. I forgot what he captioned. He put it on his Instagram. Now, what's his play? What is his play right here? Is he trying to give him some publicity? Is he trying to pat him on the back and wish him good luck and tell him stay strong and I believe in you? Or is he trying to show weakness? Is Dana White part of inciting the violence right here? Is he trying to show weakness in Usman's game right now? Is he trying to give Adesanya something to think about? It's very interesting timing what Dana White's doing right now. Dana White's Instagram feed is filled with that fool eating peanut butter and spaghetti, chocolate, soy sauce crackers, and Usman and the Nelk boys. It's a disaster right now, and I don't know what that fool's up to. You get these fools that bring a lot of excitement and a whole new demographic, a lot of drama into the sport, and he's trying to break them up now. And you got to think, well, who's he trying to bring in? I don't think he's trying to replace Adesanya with Pereira. We already got that Brazilian audience. He may be trying to replace Nagano with Cain Velasquez, though. Because Cain Velasquez is back in the news. Because apparently, he's not a wrestler now. Cain Velasquez is not a wrestler now. He was he was fighting in WWE. And he was fighting for the AAA. He was doing a bunch of different stuff. And he was having a good time, but they kept letting him go. And now his coach, Javier Mendez, is saying, I think maybe he still got some fight left in him. If the price is right. I didn't think we'd ever be seeing him again. I thought that fool leg locked himself into retirement. I don't think he ever ended up getting surgery on his knees. And Javier Mendez is saying he's in better shape right now than DC was. Look, I'm going to say I didn't really appreciate that. I don't think you had to go there, Javier Mendez. I didn't think it was necessary, but he made it a point to say he's in better shape right now than even DC was when he kept fighting. I don't know how DC is going to feel about that. And the last interview that Cain Velasquez did with Ariel Helwani, look, I'm telling you, look, don't be disrespectful. You don't think I do my research? You're dealing with the Mexican John Anik right now. I'm telling you. In October of 2021, Cain Velasquez told Ariel Helwani, I'll never say never. I'll never say never. Ariel Helwani says, you gonna come back? You gonna come back to the UFC? And Cain says, I'll never say no. You don't think I look into these things? He barely said it in October. I'll never say no. Leaving that door open. Now his coach, this is the way that people do things. This is how Usman's doing it with Ali Abdelaziz. This is how Adesanya was doing it. I touched on this yesterday with Eugene Baramond or whatever, where he was saying, hey, we're working on some things. We're trying to get some money. We can't talk. It's all hush hush right now. Trying to stir up Nagano. Everybody gets their guy to do their dirty work for them, Cain just told Ariel Helwani, I'm going to leave that door open. I'll never say no. Now, all of a sudden, Javier Mendez saying, if the money's right. If the money's right, he's not going to say no. Oh, I wonder what that means. It means, hey, Dana, pay the man and he'll fight. You don't want Nagano anymore? Cain is the perfect opportunity for what? For what? Answer it for me. Can you finish the statement? Can you finish the statement? Dun, 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 dun. What is it? Why would Dana White want Cain Velasquez back right now? What just happened? What just took place right now that will maybe require Cain Velasquez getting back into the scene? Huh? How would it benefit Dana White and the UFC right now to get Cain Velasquez back in the picture right now at this point in time? Who's got it? Who's got their hand raised right now? What just conspired in the UFC that created the perfect opportunity for Cain Velasquez to come back into the scene? 73 individuals don't have an answer for me. I forgot, like I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, that this stream is 30 minutes ahead of you. I'm from the future right now. Shrey Dimri got it. Shrey Dimri got it. So does Zacharama _ Michael Bruiser, that's a good one. We could use some heavyweight drama. We could always use some heavyweight drama. The heavyweight division tends to be the most boring of all. Yes, Omar Quiñones. We lost Mexico. Now, was that Dana's fault? Was it Sal Diamaro's fault? Was it some dirty vato judge's fault? Maybe. But that's irregular. The point is, however it happened, why ever it happened, they don't have Mexico right now. And apparently, they're not caring a whole lot about Africa right now. I'm telling you, this one's not for Africa. Adesanya saying it. Usman saying it. Dana's a little too white saying it. Joe Rogan is definitely saying it. Joe Rogan's been saying it. The other day, I was watching a video about Joe Rogan saying that this one's not for Africa, and I thought it was a gift because it just kept going and going and going. But apparently, it was Joe Rogan just going off about it for quite a while, for like several minutes, about how this one's definitely not for Africa. And I thought it was a loop, but it was just a lot of different instances. Apparently, Francis Nogano's the only one holding it down. He's the only one like, hey, everybody. I don't know how to do it. I don't know what that was. I don't know what kind of accent that was. But Nogano's the only one like, hey, what happened? I thought we were like this. What? And I was just going to make a reference to the Nigerian flag, how it's green. But then I'm thinking he just ruined my analogy because that Nogano's Cameroonian. And I don't know what color the Cameroonian flag is. Okay, it has green. It has green. So I was going to make a reference to the fact that they don't care about the Nigerians anymore. That Usman Adesanya, they're not caring about that green flag anymore. They're just caring about that green paper. And then I got a little bit concerned because I thought, wait a minute, I don't know if that's going to apply to the situation because Nogano's not from Nigeria. I don't know what color his flag is. And there is some green on it, but it did change my metaphor a little bit because it also has red and like yellow or something like that. So it is a little more complicated. And now I've dissected it, so it lost a whole lot of its emphasis. I understand that. But I'm just being transparent right now. It's been a bad situation for Nogano, and it's getting worse and worse, and I don't understand it. I don't understand the intention behind it. I don't understand why nobody has his back. But Dana White doesn't want Nogano there. Dana White does want the Mexican demographic. He doesn't have it with Moreno right now. Cain Velasquez coach starts speaking up. He'll do it if the price is right. He says if he's still got it, that he definitely still got it if he wants it. He has more. He actually said this. Javier Mendez says Cain Velasquez has more in the tank than DC had. Because that fool had back surgery. That fool wasn't moving right anymore. He's basically saying what I was saying a long time ago when I got upset with DC. Because, you know, that's my guy. But DC shouldn't have done that follow-up fight. He got obsessed. He overdid it. He promised his family. He said, I'm done when I'm 40. And he kept fighting. He shouldn't have done it. I said, all right, DC, you're going to lose this one. I called it. He lost. I was upset. He did it with the bad back. He shouldn't have done it. He didn't have it in the tank like Velasquez has apparently. And now what's going to happen? Velasquez is going to come back. Interim title. Against who? I don't know. Derek Lewis? Who do you got for Derek Lewis and Tuivasa? You want to see Tuivasa and Velasquez? You want to see Lewis and Velasquez? Who else is up there right now? You want to see Stipe Muchacho come back? His return fight against Velasquez? I know a lot of people wanted to see that one. There's a lot of decisions to be made right now. We got Ciryl Gane at the top. He's probably not going to get the next title shot. He might. But we got Stipe Muchacho at number 2 if Cain Velasquez. But if Cain Velasquez comes back after the way that he went out and after how long he's been out, I could see them throwing if Tuivasa beats Lewis. Tuivasa is at 11 right now. By the way, how's number 11 fighting number 3 right now? It's disrespectful. But if Tuivasa beats Lewis, I could see them giving Cain just because of the name, you know? Because if Tuivasa beat Derek Lewis, it would be kind of disrespectful to make Tuivasa fight Velasquez, because he'd be like, fool, he hasn't fought forever. And look at how he went out. You don't want to give me Stipe or what? But I could see that. I could definitely see the build up. That, like, I can't see a bigger, more exciting fight than Stipe Muchacho and Velasquez. I feel like that's what everyone would want to see over Cain, over Lewis, over Blaze. I feel like that matchup, they'd want to see Muchacho and Velasquez. I could definitely see that. And I feel like most of the people in here would agree. Not talking about records, I'm just saying those two names. I mean, it takes you back. That's like WWE status right there. You don't care what they dealt with physically, what their ranking is, how long they fought. You just want to see the names. It's like if Hulk Hogan didn't fight in 12 years and, you know, The Rock is the biggest thing at the moment. You still want to see The Rock and Hulk Hogan just because of who they are. I could definitely see that right now. That's right, Aziz. The rankings do not exist. I call them I refer to them more recently as the UFC rankings. It's actually quite a joke because I don't even know why they're on here. I don't know if it's for extra clicks on the website or what. They literally don't need to exist. I don't know if it's like a thing for tax purposes. They have to like list their employees or what, or their subcontractors, however they want to do it for legal reasons. But the UFC rankings mean absolutely nothing. And it's kind of funny because when you look at Aljamain Sterling, they cut off his fro on the photo right here. It's kind of funny that they couldn't account for that and not do him like that. But I could also see them doing him dirty like as an inside joke. That's kind of funny. He's the only one that has his head cut off. But Cain Velasquez is back. And I couldn't believe it at first, and I thought maybe it was an old thing. You know how sometimes you're on Google or whatever, and you see an old article pop up that like Conor McGregor did this or Tony Ferguson did that. I saw an article pop up the other day about Khabib fighting. I was like, what? It was like from 2 years ago. It was like Midnight Mania. It was like, I don't even know how Google does that. It just like recirculated like a super old thing. I don't know why. It's like when you're on Facebook and it shows you like a memory or something like that. I couldn't believe that he was back in the news. But it could definitely make sense right now for Dana White, especially the way that they've been treating Ngannou. What I did not expect, however, I definitely expected this behavior from Dana White towards Ngannou. I did not expect it from the other two Africans. That's what I did not expect. They're all turning their backs on each other now. And Israel Adesanya made some kind of a comment. He did make some kind of a comment about how it will make sense for Usman to move up. For Usman to move up because the smaller guy moving up, that's like the thing, like how you brag on that and how you show you're clearing stuff out and you're doing better, not going down. He said it makes more sense for a guy to go up than a guy to go down. So I don't know if that was his backhanded way of saying, hey, fool, you want some of this? You come up here and try to take this one. I don't want to lose any weight. That was a very interesting point to make, though. That was a way of him, like, putting it, you know, setting it in stone right there, saying, I'm not going to come down. Because when fools want to get the second title, they're supposed to go up, is what he was basically saying. So he was basically telling Usman, step up, homie. I'm not coming down. If you want, you could step up. I don't know how Usman will get, Adesanya, I don't know how that fool will get any skinnier. I don't know if that's possible. So he's telling Usman, if you want some of this, step up. I'm not going anywhere. So now he put the ball back in Usman's court. Usman started it. He had his manager saying stuff. It was Adesanya's court. Now he lobbed it back to that fool. I don't know what's going to happen next. Every single morning, we wake up to new information. I just want to remind you all that I'm very thankful for you being here right now. We're peaking right now. This is the second channel. If you have not yet subscribed, I'll appreciate it very much if you subscribe and like the video so that it does go with the analytics. If you ended up being here by accident and you only like breakdowns, please leave or you're going to ruin my algorithm. This is only for the long boys. I'm going to read a couple chats and then I'm going to have to dip because I started this stream late and I got to go be a bus driver now. So, Khamzat versus Usman in July. I think Usman's still gonna be running. I think he's still gonna be working on that cardio. I don't think he wants none of Khamzat. Millennial Animal. I'm shaving. I'm Scarface. I'm Scarface. I was shaving earlier, and I was watching something. I don't even remember what I was watching. But the fool said something that took me by surprise, and I wasn't thinking, like I was still so like foggy because I had barely woke up. While I was shaving, the fool said something that caught my attention, and I went whoop, and like my whole thing just went oh, and like cut me, and it wouldn't stop bleeding. Shrey Dimri says you like the long boys better than the short videos. That blows my mind. It's very exciting to have a little crew of people here that actually like it. I saw a comment yesterday. That actually said, hey, Grandmaster, I actually like these streams better than the breakdowns. And I was confused. I kind of glitched for a moment because I was like, wait a minute. I thought that was the main. I thought that was the bread and butter. I thought this was like a backup thing that I just do for fun and people just put up with it. I don't understand what you're saying right now. But when I had a few moments to process it, it made me very happy that someone, even if it's just one dude, could actually say that about the streams. That made me feel very good about doing this. So thank you, whoever that was. I believe I responded to the comment, but I just want to say thank you again. Good morning, Dimchita Zevsky. Oh, that's right. Good morning. Michael Brewer, I'm here for the streams. I like it because it's great background ambiance for my homework. All right, I like that. That's how I feel about my Cafe Jazz right here. I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes you just need, I dropped my stuff. Sometimes you just need that ambiance. And that's one of the reasons why I felt very confident about doing the Below the Beanie podcast. Because there's some people that I like to listen to while I'm doing stuff around the house, while I have to work on stuff and get stuff done. So I thought, you know what? If there's anybody that's at all interested in the type of content that I'm going to be talking about, I'd be more than happy to be able to provide that for them, just like I enjoy some of that from the creators that I watch. So I'm very happy to be able to provide that for you. Grandmaster, my mother has been asking, how's your channel, K4 Gamer? It's all right. It's all right. This channel, it's actually doing a little bit better than I thought it would. And I'm very happy for the people who have come over and added this channel to their subscriptions and have been watching. The video yesterday got like 3,000 views. And for real, I thought it was going to get like 73. I was shocked that it got like 3,000 views. I couldn't believe it. Hopefully we stay somewhere in that area and we only keep getting better and growing. I'm going to do my best to keep providing a good show and making it worth your time. But it's growing faster than I thought it would, and I'm feeling very happy about it. And the other one is just, you know, trudging along. I gotta probably throw in another breakdown and keep having those numbers go up. But please tell your mother I said thank you for caring. Cain versus Aspinall. Oh, I don't want to do Cain dirty though. Aspinall is doing pretty good right now. He's looking sharp, feeling fresh. I think Cain probably needs a touch up. I feel like since Cain has been out so long and Stipe Muchacho's been out so long, maybe they can help each other get out the rust. Maybe. I'm afraid to see Cain against Aspinall right now. Thank you, Millennial Animal. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing my best. Joe V, thank you. I appreciate you being here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and end it early right now. I got to find my shoes and then I got to take off. make sure that I don't forget about anybody. Thank you very much for being here. Again, please consider subscribing to the channel and liking the video. I'm gonna be back as soon as there's news to talk about. I don't want to say that it's gonna be a daily thing for sure at the moment, because I want to come on here and let you know whenever there's stuff to let you know about. You know, I don't want to come on here and be like, so how is everybody? So I'm gonna be back as soon as there's something to break for you guys. All right, thank you for watching Mexican Martial Arts. Appreciate it. Good looking out. Lay. Boom, don, da, don, don, ba, boom, boom, ba, boom. OBS, stop streaming.